When snooker fans think about Ronnie O'Sullivan, they picture the genius breaks, the record-breaking centuries, and the pure magic he creates at the table. But behind every legend, there's usually someone who sees the person beyond the fame and glory. For over a decade, that someone was Laila Rouass, the actress who captured the heart of snooker's most unpredictable star. Their love story had enough twists to rival any soap opera Laila ever appeared in. But here's what makes their relationship so fascinating. This was two strong-willed people trying to make it work while dealing with the pressure of fame, career demands, and the kind of spotlight that never stops shining. Let's get into the real story of how a house viewing turned into one of snooker's most talked-about relationships. Back in 2012, Ronnie was doing something pretty normal for a successful athlete, selling property. He had a house on the market and, like most people, he was showing it to potential buyers. Laila Rouass, an established actress looking for a new place to call home. She was already well known for her roles in Footballers' Wives and EastEnders, so this wasn't some unknown person trying to get close to a celebrity. What happened next sounds like something from a romantic comedy. Ronnie's father showed Laila around the property, and afterward he told his son about meeting this interesting actress. That's when Ronnie made his move. Being the confident guy he is, Ronnie contacted their mutual friend, who happened to be the estate agent. Instead of calling Laila directly, he asked the agent to pass along his invitation for a date. But here's the best part of this whole story. When the estate agent told Laila that Ronnie O'Sullivan wanted to take her out, her response was priceless. She knew he was a snooker player, but sport wasn't her thing at all. She actually asked what he did for a living, having no idea she was talking about one of the greatest players in snooker history. And honestly, that probably made her even more attractive to someone like Ronnie, who's used to people knowing exactly who he is. What started as a simple house viewing quickly turned into something much more serious. By 2013, just a year after they first met, Ronnie had proposed to Laila with a massive diamond engagement ring that caught everyone's attention. The timing felt right for both of them. Ronnie was at the peak of his career, winning tournaments and breaking records left and right. Laila was established in her acting career, having made her mark on some of Britain's biggest TV shows. They seemed like a perfect match, two successful people who understood the demands of being in the public eye. Laila brought stability to Ronnie's often chaotic world, while he introduced her to the excitement and pressure of professional sport. Despite being engaged for over a decade, they never actually made it down the aisle, at least not during their first run together. The relationship had its ups and downs from the very beginning. Both of them had demanding careers that required travel and long periods away from home. Ronnie's snooker schedule meant months on the road, while Laila's acting commitments had their own demands. By 2022, the strain was starting to show. Reports began circulating that the couple had split up, though neither of them confirmed it publicly at first. But people close to them were noticing that something had changed. The signs were there if you knew what to look for. Laila started appearing at public events without her engagement ring, which didn't go unnoticed by the media. When you've been wearing a massive diamond for years, people notice when it's suddenly gone. But this wasn't the end of their story. By April of that same year, they were back together, apparently having worked through whatever issues had caused the split. Friends of the couple said they had decided to give things another go, and for a while, it seemed like they had it figured out. This pattern of breaking up and getting back together would become a theme in their relationship. It wasn't unusual for them to have periods where they needed space, only to realize they were better together than apart. September 2024 marked what everyone thought would be the end of Ronnie and Laila's relationship. This time it seemed serious. Sources close to the couple said they had called it quits for good, with both of them ready to move on with their lives. The reasons made sense to anyone who understood their situation. When Laila appeared on This Morning to promote her EastEnders role, eagle-eyed viewers noticed she wasn't wearing her engagement ring. For a couple that had been together for over a decade, this felt like the final confirmation that things were really over. The reality of their split became even more apparent when they made the difficult decision to sell their shared home. The couple had purchased a beautiful 5-bedroom property in Woodford Green back in 2018 for £1.35 million. Now they were preparing to put their £2 million East London home on the market. The sale would give them a decent profit of around 650 grand after several years of shared mortgage payments. But beyond the final aspect, selling the house they had chosen together represented something much more significant: the complete end of their shared domestic life. Despite the pain of ending such a long relationship, Laila showed incredible maturity in how she handled the situation. She took to social media to share her thoughts about the breakup, writing about how difficult endings can actually strip away everything unnecessary and reveal who you really are at your core. Her message was surprisingly positive, focusing on how she had learned to use the pain of separation as motivation to take control of her own life. She emphasized that breakups can actually be the beginning of exciting new chapters and valuable learning experiences. It was an elegant way to handle such a public split. But then something completely unexpected happened that no one saw coming. June 2025 brought news that shocked everyone who had been following their relationship. Not only were Ronnie and Laila back together, but they were planning a major life change that would take them thousands of miles away from Britain. Reports emerged that Ronnie was planning to sell his luxury home in Chigwell and move to the UAE with Laila. The plan made sense from a practical standpoint. Dubai would put them just a short flight away from Ronnie's snooker academy in Saudi Arabia. Sources close to the couple revealed that their time apart had actually helped them figure out what really mattered. They had both realized that, despite their differences and the challenges of their careers, they were better together than apart. The reunion seemed different this time. Both of them appeared more committed to making it work, understanding that relationships require effort and compromise from both sides. And then came the biggest surprise of all. Just a week after news broke about their reunion, Ronnie and Laila shocked everyone by getting married in a small, secret ceremony in London. After more than a decade of being engaged, they had finally tied the knot. The wedding took place on Cable Street in Shadwell, a location that Laila chose specifically to honour her Moroccan and Indian heritage. It wasn't the big celebrity wedding that many people might have expected, but it felt right for a couple that had always done things their own way. The secret wedding marked a new chapter for both of them. After years of uncertainty and on-off drama, they had finally committed to building a life together. Speaking on a podcast after their wedding, Laila opened up about how important boundaries had become in their relationship. She admitted that a lack of boundaries could lead to resentment between partners, and they had worked hard to establish healthier patterns. The move to Dubai was a chance for them to start fresh, away from the pressures and distractions that had caused problems in the past. It was a statement that they were leaving the old turbulence behind and choosing stability, growth, and mutual respect. And at the heart of that shift was Laila herself. Not just as Ronnie's wife, but as someone who understood exactly what life beside a sporting icon demanded. The woman behind the rocket is a partner who understands that greatness requires sacrifice, dedication, and unwavering support. Together, they've created something that will last long after Ronnie hangs up his cue for the final time. And that's a wrap on today's video. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and for more snooker drama, click on the screen right now.